Support for Radio Friends comes from IT Como, offering computer and IT services for small businesses and residential clients. IT Como can set up remote work-at-home solutions and data security and backup systems and upgrade your company email to more modern platforms. IT Como can also help you get the most from your technology at home. Learn more at itcomo.com. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, September the 29th. Sitting right next to me, I have our first official poet laureate for the state of Missouri, and that is Walter Bargen. You were bestowed that honor how many years ago, Walter?
15 years ago.
Okay, and we're glad to have you here.
Well, and I'm glad to be here, and I hope to be here a little bit longer.
All right,
at least 8 minutes.
Yeah. Now you're gonna share a couple of poems with us today, from two books. How many books have you written?
Too Late to Turn Back.
Okay.
This is my 26th book.
The 26th book. Yeah. That's the last book.
That's the last book.
Too Late to Turn Back.
Yes.
And the other one, Other Mother's Red Mercedes.
Yes.
Okay, so how'd you come up with that title?
Well, that is, it's explained in a couple of poems, the poems themselves. What happened is that my mother got scammed by some Jamaican car salesmen, and they were real Jamaicans because I talked to them on the phone one time trying to sell them to deceased. And she would wake up every morning and she would go out and look and wait in her driveway for a red Mercedes pickup truck to be delivered to her.
She honestly thought it was coming.
Yes, she honestly thought. She was totally committed. She alienated all of her friends because, she could not hear what they had to say, that she was being scammed. She could not hear me telling her that she was being scammed. And she was sending money orders to not Jamaica, but to a storefront in Las Vegas, where the money was then sent to Jamaica.
Wow. And obviously, the truck never came.
The truck never came.
And the money didn't come back.
And the money did not come back,
okay.
Even though I did enlist the help of the local police detective in Belton, Missouri, which is where
okay.
she lived, to track all of this down. And
so this is really a lesson in saying, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is.
It probably isn't.
If something is too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true.
Yes, right.
Okay, that was a scam.
Yeah,
that was a scam.
And,
well, you better get on your
poems. And here you are scamming me.
No, your poems. You going to share one with us?
Yes.
This is from the last book.
Yes, due to my disorganization, these two poems that appear Too Late to Turn Back should have been in My Other Mother's Red Mercedes, and you'll see why when I read it.
Okay. What's the name of this first one?
It's called Downside Help.
Okay, so here's Walter Bargen.
And it's written in the third person.
Okay.
His mother-in-law can't remember how to turn on the TV. He's explained step by step, once a week, sometimes every day. He's told her to leave the TV on and turn off the sound. She is disturbed when she wakes in the middle of the night, wondering who is in the living room. The mute button remains a mystery. He types instructions and she can't find them. He tapes the instructions to the TV. Then he tapes the instructions above the on-off button and draws an arrow to the remote. He prints the instructions in ever-increasing size. He drives to her house whenever she calls for him to turn on the TV. After 6, maybe 7 decades of never being in a car accident or even getting a driving ticket, she gets 3 from a friendly policeman in a single month. A few weeks later, her son-in-law opens the hood to her new Pontiac Grand Am and removes the distributor cap. Whenever she remembers that she owns a car that won't start, he says that he will fix it next week. He doesn't. The police officer who lives across the cul-de-sac hears her complaints. He lifts the car hood, tells her the distributor cap is missing. As soon as he returns from the auto parts store, she is off and running again.
Oh, okay. You got another one?
Yes, one more. This is called Climate Change. This is about...
This is called what?
Climate Change.
Okay.
But it's about an accident in the nursing home that she
Okay.
had. Was it late in the afternoon on a late fall day when the falling sharpens winter's edge? The mat of clouds duller than pewter, pilotless, a cargo ship's hull adrift. No one willing to take the helm, too late to hold the dark back as clouds. Lay down their blinding blankets. Either way, the call comes and I answer. My mother grabbed hold of a passing motorized wheelchair and did not let go. She was yanked from her own non-motorized chair and thrown to the tile floor, her head leading the way, leaving a quarter-sized area of bone exposed above her right eye. I find myself driving too fast to the emergency room in the next town, in the next county, where I circle the wide parking lot surrounding the building in search of the weekend entrance. At the receptionist desks, I'm told that my mother is in outpatient surgery. I sit in the waiting room reading Marquez's I'm Not Here to Make a Speech. The ER doctor comes out to say, it was easy, to stretch the skin on my mother's forehead and sew it together to cover the exposed bone. He offers better than Botox, wrinkle-free, and more permanent. The X-ray revealed no other skull damage. Does the weather matter anymore?
I like both of those poems. So you wrote those how long ago?
I'm guessing that well, this was published in 2018, and I'm thinking it was probably 8 years ago or maybe a little longer.
Yeah. So you have a backlog of poems still that you could put into another book if you wanted to.
Many books. I have been going through files that are over 30 years old, and they were never published and often rejected. And I started revising them and sending them out again, and I'm really surprised they are getting accepted everywhere.
All right.
You know.
All right. So Walter, if people would like to purchase one of your books, you have how many available?
You know, I'm not quite sure how many are still in print, but at least 7 or 8 are still in print.
Okay.
And there are many titles at Skylark Books and Yellow Dog Books.
Okay, so they're available at Skylark Book, Yellow Dog Books, or from the trunk of your car if they see you on the street.
And Amazon.
And Amazon.
Yeah, many of them are on Amazon.
Okay, thank you, Walter. If people want more information on the books, the 2 bookstores in town are on Amazon.com. Always a pleasure having you here.
Always fun to be here with you, too.
Continued success, Walter.
Yes.
All right, we're out of time for today. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu. Bye-bye.